Panda class. I wanted to talk to you today since we've been talking about weather with the beginning of spring. We've talked about rain, we've talked about wind, and even the fact that it snows sometimes in the spring. But today I kind of wanted to go back to rain because there's an awful lot of rain in the spring. And we talked about rain the other day when we read Raindrop Plop. Do you remember that story? Well, today I have some activities for us to do that have to do with rain. And the first one is a science experiment that I think that most of you would have the things to use at home so that you could do your own experiment. And if not, I'll show it to you here. So let's take a minute to look at the things you'll need for this experiment. For this experiment, you're going to need a clear glass or jar. I recommend one with a pretty wide mouth on it because it can get kind of messy, and maybe something to put underneath so that if it spills over, it won't get on anything important. You're going to need some white shaving cream, blue food coloring, and water, and that's it. So today I found a very large glass jar that I'm going to use. I found another one that I did earlier just to try it out, and this one worked, but the top of it is kind of small, so when I went to pour stuff over the shaving cream, it kind of spilled out. So that's why I'm thinking a bigger top might be a better idea. So I can't remember if we talked about it in the book, but rain comes from rain clouds, and the clouds up in the sky have lots of moisture in them. Some of them have so much moisture that it comes out and rain. And so we're going to make an experiment that's going to kind of demonstrate what that looks like. So today, this is our water in our jar, and after we put the water in the jar, we're going to put some water in another cup and add blue food coloring. So I have the blue food coloring here. I've already added to the jar. I'm sorry, I just thought of one more thing that you're gonna need. You're gonna need either a straw or an eyedropper. I didn't have an eyedropper at home, so I'm using a straw. So you're gonna use blue food coloring to dye the water blue, and that's gonna be our rain. But we have to make a rain cloud. So we're going to use some white shaving cream, and we're just going to do it almost like whipped cream over the top of our water. And I'm going to shake it up so that it poofs up really good. And then I'm just going to make a nice rain cloud. Okay, so that is going to be our pretend rain cloud. Now, after we have our rain cloud on our water, we're going to use our straw. I'm putting my finger over the top of the straw to hold the water in, and then I'm going to let it out. And I'm just going to keep doing that, and you're going to need lots and lots of rain to go in your rain cloud. And after you get plenty of rain in there, eventually you're going to start seeing it come down, and it's going to look kind of like a rainstorm. This one hasn't started raining yet. We're going to have to get lots of rain in this little cloud. Lots of water. So you're just going to keep doing this. You can use also, like I said, use an eyedropper or medicine dropper if you have that at home to drop your rain. But this is working pretty good with the straw. So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep putting more and more and more rain in your cloud until it finally releases the rain and it comes out into the water. So and also it might need to sit for a few minutes so that it kind of begins to soak through. I could keep putting more and more water on here, and eventually it's going to come through. But we saved the one that we made earlier so that you could see what it looks like. And after there's enough rain in your cloud, it's going to begin to come down, and you can see it. That's kind of what a rainstorm looks like. The rain just starts to pour out of the clouds, and that's how we get rain. So I'm going to keep working on this, guys. It takes a while. You have to be pretty patient before it starts coming down in the water. But sooner or later, it's going to start dripping through. Can you see any raindrops coming through yet? I don't think so. I think it's going to take a lot more water for this cloud before it's ready to let the rain out. So I'm going to keep working on that. And hopefully pretty soon we have some rain in our cloud that's going to come down. Is it starting to come down a little bit? I think it might. Do you think all of the water comes out of the clouds when it rains? We're going to have to wait and see. All right, so you can look at this one that we've already done. You're going to have to be really patient. I think maybe because I had a lot of a really big cloud. Maybe you should try doing a little bit smaller cloud so that it doesn't take as long for the water to go through the cloud. But anyway, I thought that this was kind of a fun little experiment, and I think you'll enjoy it if you try it at home. This is going to be a two-part video. This is the first part. We're doing our science experiment. The second part is going to be activities that have to do with rain. So I hope that you will come back for the second part of the video, and we'll make some other fun things together and learn about rain.